Hello and welcome to Season 4 of The Journey with Kirsty and Simon, a journey that really has only just begun. It's a podcast that gives us the opportunity to bump our gums and talk about our life and how we go about running our mountain B&B, always in our own fun, unique and irreverent way. Thank you for joining us and welcome on board. Okay. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. Me, Kirsty, him, Simon. Episode 24. Hello, everybody. From me and Mr. Best, and the best dog in the world. There's Bond. God, he's really bloody... You want to get involved, don't you, dog? Sit down, then. Have a chat. Sit down. Sit down. Good boy. Sit down and have a chat. Look, he's like, what? Really? Oh, I still like kissing that head. Right. What are we talking about today?
I don't know, you're in charge.
We're up and we're on it. We've got a new fitness regime. We're doing it, aren't we? Accountability is the word of the week. Straight into a sage bash.
Would you call it a fitness regime or would you call it going for a walk with the dog?
It's a fitness regime for us.
It's not really.
It's a life-changing workout.
Well, it feels
it's
it.
True.
It feels it at the moment. Yeah.
It does. But there's a bit where we really get our heart rate up a hill. And it's getting better, isn't it? Each week, we're going to make it longer, said the actress to the bishop.
Uphill and down dale.
Uphill. We walk through the moors twice a day. We're bonding.
What is a dale?
I don't know. Covered in dog
I
hair
thought
now.
you'd know.
So it's good. It's good. Starting the day.
Do they have dales in South London?
Oh, God, he's still going on about Pop's Dales. So we're going out and we're walking in the mountains and just using what's on our doorstep. Ridiculous.
Mountains makes it seem as if we're climbing up.
We're like doing the Sound of Music every morning.
Yeah, but in a nutshell, we're going down the lane and back again. But it feels like a mountain.
It's a lot for us.
It is.
It is a lot for us. It's a lot for me to get out of bed. I've lost half an hour's sleep every day.
To be honest, you're doing very well.
Yeah? Well, because when I set my mind to something, I do it. You know I do.
Yes.
Do I or do I not?
Yes.
When I say I'm doing something, I do it.
Yes, absolutely you do. And then after about a week, you get bored.
No.
Or depending if it's craft, after about 2 hours, you get bored.
Yeah, but that's the whole crafting journey. That's what it's all about. It's inspirational. It's in your head. It's active. It's an active thing happening.
Tell us about your crafting journey. How does it work?
Well, you see something, you get inspired.
Right.
So, for example, you said to me that I should paint more, or you mentioned it, I've stopped painting, right?
Yes.
And so then I questioned that in my head, and I overthought the arse end out of it like I do. Why have I stopped painting? And then I thought, see, it's my ego telling me you're shit at painting. And then I thought, but that's a judgment. Again, mindfulness, that is a judgment on yourself, and it's stopping you doing something you enjoy. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad or ugly. It really doesn't matter. There's no goal for it. No goal for it at all.
No, absolutely.
It's the process of doing it.
Yeah.
So then I thought, right, let's just do it then. I've got canvases. I haven't quite got so many paints. That's the only thing. That's my next thing. Because I cleared them all out when I cleared the craft sheds out.
Yeah, well, some of them must have been a bit snotty in that one.
And I thought, just do it. And then I thought, well... And that's where your craft head comes in. Boring just on a canvas. Wonder how else I can up-level this. Thought, I know. Ding, light bulb moment. Paint it on a roof tile.
Oh, is that why the roof tiles came in?
Yeah. So then, it was, got to walk up the mountain to get the roof tiles, not the roof.
So you sent me?
Yeah. That was easy, that was, though. I just have to go, will you please do that? You can't say no to me. It's great. It's too easy, that one. And then, the light turned off then.
Right, so you just got to wait for it to turn on again. So is that why you always talk about having, loads of, art alcoves?
Yeah, because I know exactly what happened then. I don't know how the hell I got from that to tapas boards, but I've been all engulfed in tapas boards for the last 3 or 4 days.
Yes.
New thing. Just sometimes you get an idea out of nowhere.
Nice
I love
segues.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we were going into that.
A segue. Done it. I didn't even know I was going into that either. See, your brain just goes.
It's brilliant, isn't it, segues?
We do tapas boards here now, And just when you open your mind, again, full-on sage bash. I hope you got your coffee, everyone. Jesus Christ.
Or maybe something slightly stronger.
Yeah, depending what time. Or
in
nothing,
Spain, 9 o'clock, coffee and a brandy.
My dad always used to have that. Every morning, coffee and brandy.
We might have touched on that.
Awful.
Before. Anyway, back to the tapas boards.
I don't like any drinking coffee,
Why
actually.
did they come about?
Do you like drinking coffee? You don't like coffee?
I drank coffee for a bit, if you remember, when we were at the theatre.
Yeah.
I did drink coffee there. I got into drinking coffee. I'd have a nube, though. It was hardly a coffee, was it?
That's frothy milk.
That's basically a quarter coffee and 3/4 milk. But that was okay. But then now I don't drink caffeine, do I? So.
Yeah. Do you remember the
so I have
beefeater?
my
I used to do that.
Rooibos.
Float.
How you pronounce
used to have a float of coffee. Classic. Float of coffee. I used to like that, but just for the cream.
See, I've got a totally different conception of the word floater.
That's what I mean. A float of coffee in the beefeater, I think you'd get for nothing.
Especially given I had a conversation with my dad just recently this last week on the phone about when they used to just pump raw sewage into the Newton's Cove where he used to swim.
And he used to swim in it? And he knew that?
He was a boy, a kid. He said, we didn't get sick. Well, they probably did, but then they didn't get sick again.
Well, they got their immunity.
Yeah, absolutely. He said on a...
Yeah, but there's nice ways of getting immunity,
bearing in mind, it was pumped quite a long way out. But, of course, depending on the tides and the wind, it would all come back in the cove.
Just like little bits.
He said
particles.
It wasn't even little bits, he said.
Particles.
He said you could have all sorts of...
That's why I said to you, I don't know how the hell we've got from tapas boards to this.
I'm not entirely sure, no. But
like, I have to say it because I'm there. It's one of the fart particles. Like, it's a real thing. It's disgusting. That's why I won't allow that to happen in my car. My kids know that, and my kids have grown up with that. And you pumped in the cupboard and then breathed.
Said the actress to the bishop.
Oh, dirty. Oh, God.
There is as much.
It's bad,
there is as much bacteria in your mouth as comes out your bum. There's bacteria
in small spaces because you're knowingly breathing it in.
I don't care about breathing it in. It comes out of my body. Oh.
You'd be one of them on one of the DIY SOSs where you drink your own wee, wouldn't you? Not DIY SOS.
What a bizarre thing. Right, hang on a minute. Nik Knowles here. Right, we're just gonna build this wall, and we need the electrician. Hold on, he's in the other room drinking his own pee. What? Do you mean like Bear Grylls?
Yes. Nik Knowles. I used to think he was right fit, Nik Knowles, and really he's so ugly. I don't know why. Is it funny that you look
all
back?
The team on DIY SOS. Sorry, or maybe you should. Yeah. You get more viewers. Brilliant.
Yeah, don't do that. I used to think he was very fit. It's funny how his taste changed. And Uncle Pierce. He got you buying white trousers the other day.
I know. DIY SOS in the jungles of Borneo. Brilliant. Does Borneo exist?
I bet it's changed its name like Holland.
Well, Holland was always the Netherlands. It's just now they.
It wasn't always. It's changed its name. You told us. You told me it's changed its name. How can a whole country change its name? I can't. It's wrong.
No, they just want to be known. The Netherlands or Holland, they were always that. They just don't
So
want to be known as Holland.
What?
No, they don't want to be known as Holland anymore. We've had this conversation.
Yeah, but I think someone's just said they. That's the royal they. That is.
Well, yes.
They don't want to. Anyway, tapas boards.
Is there ever really democracy?
Tapas boards. So we do tapas boards. I went so far off of what I was saying that I can't remember what I was saying.
How did the tapas boards come about? Where did we identify a niche in the market?
Because I saw a friend, like, it was making my heart bleed, working so hard, so I thought I need to simplify that. Stuck my nose right into her business, which was nothing to do with me. Completely. And then I thought, she did ask me to. No, well, she didn't ask me to. She did say okay when I offered to. Is that the same as asking?
Not really.
Possibly. And then I thought, how can I use these here? Because it's such a fantastic idea. And then I thought, we spoke about this, where people have, we have the 3-course meal and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, well, not everyone wants that. We know this. You can eat out at lunchtime, have a big meal at lunchtime. So many beautiful restaurants out, and people like Spanish food. And we're not necessarily Spanish cuisine, are we? We're a mix.
There are beautiful restaurants, and then there's going to be my new one.
Yeah, this is very true.
Anyway,
move on. I thought, well, maybe they'd just like to come back and have a bit of a nibble on something, so... Maybe that should be the advert. Do you fancy a nibble on something?
Everyone
What?
Everyone likes to come back and have a little nibble on something.
Everyone likes that on their holiday. Finish their day out grazing round Granada. Come back and have a nibble on something here.
And do you know what? It's perfect because a lot of time people do come back. It's like, and it's so much nicer than nipping down and getting your like ham, cheese and baguette, you know, and just having that. And this is quite a varied. There's like 8 or 9 things on it.
Well, it's so much nicer in our opinion, remember, because it's lovely that just to have a baguette and ham and cheese and stuff, but it's still going to cost you a tenner, whatever way you look around it.
Yeah.
So we do the tapas board. It's all obviously it's all homemade, very fancy schmancy, but being normal as well.
Well, again, we look at it from a point of view of would that be something that we might take advantage of if we went and stayed somewhere like this?
Absolutely, that's what we've done.
That's what we always base it on.
And we said we'd like to come back and eat and just have a glass of wine or something and just enjoy the views and chill out.
What surprises me, you see, is that if we went somewhere and stayed, I'd quite like to have a snooker table, yet we haven't got one of them yet.
Yeah, that's not happening, is it, though, is it? Or a dartboard. Look, you've got your little snug out there, barbecuing in the rain tonight.
I don't think a dartboard fits here. It fitted more in the other place.
Oh yeah, because like a snooker table would.
Well, you wouldn't be able to eat anywhere. It'd have to be in this room. But, you know, we'd have to clear everything else out.
So anyway, that's our new addition. Just come out of nowhere. Tapas boards. Just like that happens. What else has happened? We've done a lot in a week, actually.
Tapas board for 2, €20.
Tapas board for 2.
You can have it whenever. You've got to
put it in your fridge in your room.
We prep it and then you have it and you can eat it whenever.
And that's the idea. Put it in the fridge in the room so you can come back at midnight if you like and have it.
Yep.
So that's a good one. We've done lots this week. We've just sort of been very go get it. It was me last weekend. On fire, wasn't it? I was on it like Sonic. So then what else did we do? We've changed all our advertising again. Put new adverts out. We've put out deals out on booking.com. July, 50% of July has gone just like that, which was fantastic. We got, so that works. That works. And this is another brilliant segue into...
Nice. I love a good segue.
You love a good segue. Into what I'm going to say next. So, the advice of...
Do you know what come into my head then?
What?
Are you going to pause for breath? And then you coughed. My manifestation knows no bounds.
It doesn't. Yeah, well, you could have paused and like I didn't choke. That's a bit cruel. What was I saying? So, where we said last week about, you can make mistakes in business. And it's about owning them. It's all about accountability. Accountability is the word this week, and I loves it. I love that word. My youngest feral one, accountability all over him this week, and look at a different person he is.
Oh, completely.
Fantastic.
Do you know the most frustrating thing about that is when he can be like that and he's on it, you're like, this makes such a big difference. Yeah, but anyway,
we know a lot of people like that. When they're good, they're very, very good, and when they're bad, they're...
I can be like it as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Everyone's like that. It's just nature, isn't it, really? Not everyone's like that, but everyone can tend to. But accountability is my little sage bash.
When they're good, they're very
I said that to Jamie yesterday. I said, there's a nursery rhyme.
When they're
my
bad,
little
they're horrid.
Beautiful boy. When you're good, you're very, very good. And when you're bad, you're
You're horrid, was the actual...
I didn't say horrid, though.
Yeah, but he is.
But it didn't rhyme with good. It rhymed with hunting.
Why would you add ing onto that word? When you're good, you're very, very good. When you're bad, you're rhymes with hunting.
Why state the obvious?
Front. Hunt.
Doesn't rhyme with that.
Eh?
Doesn't rhyme with that.
Doesn't it?
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
But was I saying something else and it was just shooting into a really nice...
Segue. People don't take accountability, you were saying, and they do sometimes and then they don't.
Yeah, so it's all about that this week. And... when you do, it's great, like the tapas boards and new ideas. And what I want to say, just on the back of dressing gown, slippers and stuff, we've said we've made some mistakes. Earbuds, spark plugs. Now, they sit on the bedside tables here, right? Little earbud.
Spark plugs are very different to earplugs.
They're called spark plugs, though, on the packet.
On the packet, yeah.
I loves it. It makes me smile every time I put it out. But we put them on bedside tables, and I have to say we bought a bag of 50 last summer and we've still got some left.
Yes.
So they're in sealed bags, and obviously if they get used, they get used. If they don't, they don't. And hardly ever get used. But I would say on that, they hardly ever get used, but we're going to reorder another bag. Why? Because when you need them, you need them.
Yeah.
If you can't sleep because of the silence, or because of your partner snoring,
Yes.
because you're in a new bed, or because of you're in a new house, the doors, or there's lots of different things.
Yeah.
Then you need them and you get a good night's sleep.
Yes.
So for what they are, it's not always... So now you apply that to the slippers.
Same principle applies, doesn't it?
If you need a pair of slippers to walk on a bare tiled floor, which obviously in Spain that's what we have. We do have sort of bed rugs, but...
Bed rug?
Bed rugs.
Is there such a thing as a bed rug?
Well, there's not now, but there should be,
You know what we need on this bed? What? A rug. A bed rug. Well, I suppose you do get a rug, don't you? On the top.
It's a blanket.
A blanket. That's normally the word, but I prefer bed rug. Whenever we need to use the word blanket, we're now going to use the word bed rug.
It's now a bed rug. We've added to our dictionary.
Yeah.
We should merch it up, put it in the shop. So, yes. So then if you apply that to the slippers that don't get used, yeah, we had guests here, used them every day. And yeah, right, they've gone in the bin, they're not replaceable, that's fine, that's what they're there for. So
how
they
much
were worth
not
it.
Much though, are they? What are they?
Couple of euros.
150, 250.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did last. They've lasted a little while, haven't they?
Because they haven't been used.
Well, anything lasts a long. That's like the purple hat thing.
But that is my point. You're
But
missing my point by dismissing it like that.
Having them there, it means when you need them, they're
You
there.
need them.
Yeah. All right.
It's a game changer when you need them.
Game changer.
So.
I'm not ever sure where I've seen a game that when slippers come into it has changed. But hey, we'll go with it. I think people use the phrase game changer too easily, don't they?
Maybe, maybe not. We hardly ever use it.
I'm not sure whether
I'll tell you what, new game changer we've bought this week.
What?
Mattress topper.
Ah, yeah.
We're one mattress topper away from everything in this. One mattress topper and 2 sunbed cushions.
We're one mattress topper away from having 2 mattress toppers. We're 50% of the way there, everyone.
From being completely confident.
Yes.
Because we're very happy with the beds, the new beds we've got, and the mattresses and everything. Mattress memory foam toppers, we've discussed this, but we've gone with it. And we've got one, because they're really expensive. But one more, so... Potluck on which room you get, which one it's in. We're not going to tell you. No. But we should give it another couple of weeks and then get another one.
We've laid on it, and you still get that firmness of the mattress underneath, but the softness of the mattress topper on top. I think it's quite nice.
People know what mattress toppers have.
Not necessarily.
It's a big grown-up world out there.
Well, I'm not sure.
I think most people have them. I do.
Do you?
I do. But going back to my segue with the rights and wrongs of being in business. We spoke about this before, we touched on it before, about having people on to speak about.
Yes.
Speak with, not speak about.
Yes.
Speak with, what do you call them?
Derek.
Not interviews. Guests. Guests. You have guests on. So if anybody is in hospitality locally that want to come and have a chat with us, we can talk about how they do it, the highs, the lows. We get asked all the time about, which is why we do this pod, is that business in Spain and how you run it, and it's mind-blowing for people, not everybody, but it's mind-blowing for a lot of people that don't live here. They want the tips and the tricks, and not that we give that because we go right off on one, but maybe talking to someone else who is autónomo in Spain, running a hospitality business, you might be able to get some tips. So if you are that person, or there's questions you'd like to ask a certain type of person, then we know we know a lot of people here, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it recorded and that first, and then we'll put them out as bonus episodes.
Yeah, I think that's quite a good idea.
All right.
Yeah, only quite.
It's irrelevant, actually. Right, mattress topper done, autónomo logos done, bed ring, bed rug. Whoa, mad. Do you know, shall I tell you funny? I thought of another new game for you.
Uh-oh.
And going back to my crafting head, I've wrote down half of it. Doesn't make any sense to me. It kind of does. And I don't know where I was going with it, so I need to read it out to you because you will like it. I know where I was going is back to that. Do you remember when you used to come out with a word of the week?
Yeah.
And we used to try and guess the word with your big words upstairs. So I thought, I'm going to give you a word.
Oh, okay.
One that I'm struggling to pronounce. Probably would pronounce it wrong, but not on purpose, obviously. And then you've got to say whether you know the meaning of it or not.
Well, to be fair, there's no guarantee I'll pronounce it right.
Yeah. But I'm going to say what I've wrote down because makes no sense. Right, so the word. Oh, maybe you want the meaning.
Well, give me the word first.
Anemnesis.
Can I see it? What's the meaning?
Well, this is where I think I got distracted. Maybe the tiles or tapas boards got in the way. I say it, you diction it. The recollection or remembrance of the past. That doesn't even make any sense. What have I wrote?
You mean amnesis?
Anemnesis.
Anemnesis?
Yeah.
Meaning the recollection of remembrance of the past. Well, it obviously comes, the opposite, having no recollection of the past or no memory is amnesis, right? So that's where it comes from.
Do you think you have a bit of that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, clever. Clever. Where you can't remember stuff, like a lot.
Anemnesis.
Anemnesis. Anemnesis.
I've never heard of that
It's nice word to say, isn't it? I thought it was quite nice, rolls off the tongue, like my favourite Spanish word, which is... Come on, don't let me down. Don't let your anemnesis get in the way. Come on.
But that is having a recollection.
Oh, have you anemnesis now?
What?
What's my favourite Spanish word?
Oh,
God, Simon, you should know these things.
I don't know what your favourite Spanish word is.
Sacapunta.
Oh, that's... is it stapler?
Pencil sharpener.
Pencil sharpener, yeah.
I just like saying it. Zacapunta. And
I bet there's other words out there that you'd enjoy saying just as much, but because you were in a school, you used to say it a lot.
Yeah, Zacapunta. Fabulous word, that. Fabulous. And it's one of the very few Z words in the Spanish language.
Oh, okay.
There you go, a little snippet there for you. Little snippet. Other than that, anything else you want to talk about?
That cannot be it. It almost feels like we've gone through it, you know.
Well, I've got a lot more to talk about, but I'm
you?
kind of thinking we've talked a lot about really weird stuff this week.
Well, no, we've talked very well about how things about running a B&B. It's always great.
Always great. It's always great when you get back on topic, what the podcast's about.
Absolutely, you know.
But,
we've talked about slippers again.
That is our journey this week,
We've talked about food, which is, you know, we never talk about food.
No, unusual that.
Yeah.
Unusual to do that. Unusual to go off on a tangent. New things. Always good to talk about new things.
Absolutely. Always bring.
I've got in touch with
topics.
the old television one. That's all scheduled in, but I'm not going to tell you any more about that now. About what they're going to be filming.
Tease, isn't you?
I know, but it's all sorted. Get some filming days in. So we've got to lose about 3 stone on our fitness regime because you know the camera puts weight on. We looked like a bag of shit in the last one at the beginning. Obviously, we didn't on our wedding day. We scrubbed up well.
We look better later on, but we look even. I think we look better. Oh well, you know, I'm like a racist.
Did you just say I think we? Well, I look better.
I was gonna say. I don't know what I was gonna say. I changed my mind 3 times. Look, I don't think you're massive.
Oh my God! You don't get allowed to say this stuff to me just because you married me. You don't.
You like me being honest.
You will always be honest.
I don't see the.
Yeah, but my God, you can fluff the words a bit.
I know, but everyone, there's conversations about this, isn't there? In fact, I heard it on the radio the other day. It's like...
Oh, it must be right then.
If someone's got something wrong with them, like a BO smell or bad breath or whatever, do you tell them? And it's...
Well, you tell your partner, but you wouldn't tell anyone else. They'd get offended.
Well, probably not a bloke in the street, no. But...
I had to do that to an employer van driver once.
But why do they get offended?
Because, and this is what I said last week, it's because you're saying a negative to that person. So instead of owning it, accountability, nice. Instead of taking accountability for what you're being told to you, as long as it's not said in a judgmental way, you should be grateful that someone is trying to help you. As long as they're saying it in a nice way. As long as they're not going, you stink, you fat bastard. That's cruel. Don't take that you stink and don't take you're overweight from that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
but if someone, no, but if someone come up to you and went, do you know what? I've got a new deodorant. I had to say this to a van driver. That's brought that back to me. And he smelt really, really bad, like it made you gag. And he used to have to drive an hour and a half. I won't say where he had to drive in that because it'd be lovely if he was listening to this. But if any of my van drivers, are listening to this, please get in touch because there's a few of you, most of you, I'd love to reconnect with. He used to drive up to London, and to sit in the cab with him, no one wanted to do. So I was struggling getting anyone to work with him because I had like 18 staff, didn't I? So I was struggling getting anyone to work with him. So I had kind of no choice because he was good at his job. The other drivers were taking the piss out of him, which I couldn't bear, behind his back. I hated it.
Yeah, that's not nice.
It wasn't nice, but it's like a manly thing to do. It weren't nice, but for me, as the governor, I couldn't get anyone to work with him. So I had to have a chat with him, and it was bringing that up was one of the most difficult things that I overthought that I had to do. And I really, really didn't want to offend him because I really, really liked him and didn't want to. And he took it really well. But what I'd done is I was kind of honest. I remember him sitting in the office. Called him
was
up
it his
into the
birthday
office.
and you bought him a set of
No, I
links?
did buy him a set. I did buy him a set of links. I absolutely did. And I went, I've bought you a present. And that's how I started it. I said, I bought you a present. And he was all confused. And I went, do you know what? I said, I want to speak to you about your hygiene and stuff.
Yeah.
And didn't say everyone's talking about you. So I have noticed, I put it onto me. I took accountability. I went, I have noticed, I'm sure you wear deodorant, but it wears off really quickly. And that's what I've done. So I've bought you a different type of deodorant. You might not have used it. Or maybe you should keep deodorant with you while you're at work and put it on every hour. It's obviously a hormone. It's obviously changing, so I don't like that. No. But he was okay. He didn't take offence. However, thereafter, oh my God, it went to the other side of it because you know how someone puts on too much and like you go out as a woman, you go out and give them a hug or God forbid you kiss two cheeks or whatever and you can taste it for the rest of the day.
Do you find that with both men and women when they just put that too much perfume or aftershave
it's horrible.
on and it's all
and you literally can taste it.
Overpowering, isn't it? Yeah.
You can smell it on you and taste it. I love a nice smell on someone.
Yeah, but
talking
it's
of which, your
subtleness.
birthday, there's two types. I looked yesterday, I was going to get your birthday present and there's two types.
What, red and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never said which one.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did. Red
Did
for you. Smell them. Choose which one you like the best.
No, you're wearing it.
Choose which one you like the best.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's a horrible thing to make me do.
But then it's a present, isn't it? If I just tell you what to go out and get, you're basically going shopping for me.
I can feel my anxiety already.
I know. That's why I said it.
Literally can feel it. It's a lot of money to spend though. On you smelling nice. On me thinking you smell nice. What if you don't? You can't wear a smell you don't like.
Well, I like the blue one, so I'll probably like the red one.
Okay. I need to go and do some extra work to get some running and May money first because I've got a great idea for your birthday.
I've got you running away money.
You've got it?
Yeah.
What, you picked up my wages?
No, you've got your running away money.
I've got my running away money, yeah. Because I would have done it yesterday, but I knew you've got tabs on all my spending. So I couldn't. I've got a brilliant idea for your birthday. You're going to love it.
Have you?
You're going to love it, and then you're going to be cross.
Does it involve me doing anything?
No.
I won't be cross.
Well, it does, actually.
Then I'll be cross.
You want a weekend off, don't you, this weekend?
No. What I said is you gave me a big long list of stuff to do.
I did.
And I said if I get it, and you said that's for this weekend.
Yes, I did.
And I said,
well,
so,
for 3 days, I said. It was a long list, and I said you need to complete all that for 3 days.
And I said,
which
so
makes me sound like an absolute tyrant. Explain that. That's how
no,
we
it's
roll.
Not. That's how we roll, because it means that I pick and choose, and I don't have to work all day long.
You can
and everything else.
choose your... Yeah.
So I said, well, if I get all that done today, does that mean I can have the weekend off? And you went, yeah. And then this morning you've gone, right, got to get in and get your list done. I'm like, whoa, hold hard there.
Because we had we
rein it in.
reconnected over our dog walk and fitness regime this morning. come out with some fabulous ideas.
I know.
I have to act on an idea. We had this conversation.
Absolutely.
That's what makes us us.
100%.
And other people. And that is absolutely fine, whatever way you are.
Yes.
We get an idea, I run with it, you moan about it, and we get there.
You see what this is here?
That's what we do.
See what that is?
Yeah.
That's a pad, and that's a pen,
Yeah.
And Monday morning is Monday morning. So pop it down on your pad, and
Don't
then tell me about
get
it
all
Monday morning.
bossy with me.
Just saying, you've already given me my list for the weekend. I haven't completed it.
No, you haven't. I want this recipe book done and dusted because it's getting right on my
You can say tits.
tits. I can say everything. We listened to a podcast this morning and they said the F-bomb right out there.
Well, so did I
And it
last
was-
week.
Yeah, I know. I pushed you to that, though.
I know, you took me to the edge.
How did I take you to the edge, lover?
With that stupid bloody game.
Are you okay?
Stop it. I'm not
Are you
playing.
okay? I won again.
I'm not playing.
I'm doing a tally.
I'm not.
How many shall I get to 5? Are you okay?
I'm fine, thanks, yeah.
1. Are you all right?
Bollocks.
Can we help you?
I don't want to play.
Oh, and again! I love this game. I love it.
I'm not playing.
One more round. See if I get to 5.
No!
Another day in paradise.
Bollocks.
Can you elaborate on that?
Dickhead.
A.
That's A, that's not E.
A with an E. E-Y.
No,
A.
no, I
yes.
win.
No. E-Y. A. You wouldn't say that any other way. You wouldn't go you go A.
I'm not having that.
You would go A.
You wouldn't go A, you go A. Right, you're talking absolute nonsense. We're going to talk about that serious stuff. That thing, that
What
video I
serious
saw.
stuff? What?
With the
Oh.
Harry Enfield sketch.
Where's the bloke? Fascinating that. We saw... Well, you explain it. But... It goes back to bleeding. Accountability is the word. That's got to be the title this week. It has to be the title. Because... It
doesn't have to be anything.
No, listen. Accountability on... We watched an old TikTok video. You showed it to me and you went, look at this. Look how bad this is.
I got sent
At
something.
the time...
I got sent something, a video, which was basically Paul Whitehouse and Harry Enfield doing a sketch about being half-time in a football match, and they were being interviewed by a woman, which is very common now. And at the time, I don't know how far back it goes, but it would have been like 90s or whatever, I guess, late 80s, 90s,
Late 80s,
whatever.
90s, yeah.
And the whole sketch is titled "Where's the Bloke?" Because as she starts talking to them, they're just ignoring her, and then they basically start going, "Where's the bloke? Like,
Where's the bloke? I want to talk about football.
We talk
Where's the
about
bloke?
football at half time with the bloke.
So you watched it and then you got me to watch it because we, in case any of you don't know, we do talk about stuff quite a lot. And
Yeah.
watched it and it was offensive to watch. And I have to say, you said as well, the first time to watch that, it was uncomfortable to watch. There was nothing funny about it. In fact, it raised a debate with us where we were like...
Well, what I said was 30 years ago when that would have come out,
That was okay.
that was deemed societally acceptable then.
And funny. I mean, they are taking the mickey out
Yes.
of the situation. Where's the bloke?
Yes,
But they're-
it is tongue in
Yeah,
cheek.
they're being
the
negative
actual-
about her being a woman.
Yeah, but the
presenter.
actual object of the joke, if you look at the joke, they're not being, because it's comedy, and this is where lots of people misunderstand it, I think, is what they're actually doing is they're raising awareness through comedy
Yes.
of that complete instance.
Oh, that's a good point. But it wasn't funny.
No.
So why is it not funny? Because
Right.
we're being told it's not funny?
So,
kind of thing?
I said, well, my point is 30 years ago that was societally acceptable, or they made a point of it and made a joke of it based around comedy, around issues that were starting to raise their head then. And then I said, if there was no issue, absolutely none, no racism, no sexism, everything was completely and totally balanced and equal and everything, and nobody thought anything of it, it would be funny again. But at this
quite
moment in time,
It's not funny,
in
it's too
society, it touch a nerve that you can't. Is that kind of
Absolutely, it touched a nerve. You can't say... You just can't. What did you come out with? I was going to do an advert or something, and said about they or your partner or... And it was an assumption on he and she as a couple, which really not, because we obviously now these days, same-sex couples here and stuff, and it's something we don't even balk at. But I said something with an advert and you went, you can't assume that. You just got to be so bleeding careful.
Yeah, you have, yeah. See, it's difficult because we have views on lots of things, but we don't really talk about them on here because A, that's not what this podcast is about, and B, you've got to be careful about... You know, my opinion to some people might be... Well, I think... I'm pretty liberal, to be fair.
Yeah, we can talk about anything we want on here. Let's get that correct.
Well, it's our podcast.
But we're sensitive to people's... Because that's why we go on about opinion. This is our opinion. This isn't a personal attack on you because you think differently, and that's why we try and get that across, because we feel very strongly about it, don't we? That people are entitled to their own opinion, and give us yours, and please do disagree with us. But there's a disagreement which makes it a debate, not an argument. It doesn't make you wrong, us right, anything.
People try and force an opinion on you if that's not, and that's if you have an opinion, you have an opinion. That's up to you.
Well, that's how we are, and if the world was like that, it would be. But it's interesting with this. It started off feminism, didn't it? And now it's gone on to much bigger things when it's anything but feminism. It's about being a they or, you know, a nun, but all these different things going on now. But it started off there.
Yes.
We think.
Absolutely right.
It's very serious.
I win. I started with an A.
You don't win just because you start with an A. That's not the game.
I was playing the game, absolutely right, and you didn't start with a B, so I win.
No, that's sneaky. You've got to say that you're playing the game.
Ours.
Bollocks.
Can't say that word.
Don't be sneaky.
Even though I want to be.
Factually, as always for you, that's how you are.
Get out of here.
Ha ha ha.
I don't think you're right.
Jog off.
That is bad. Kirsty. I win, too long.
Oh,
yes!
No!
And on that amazing note, that I won a game of spelling, or whatever you call it.
Still 5-1. Fresh in your ass. Why couldn't I think of anyone for L? So all I could think of was licking. And I couldn't think of anything to say.
Fair enough. To be honest with you, it wasn't exactly a particularly great conversation.
That's the game, though.
Is it?
Stop overthinking. You're thinking ways of winning now.
Like you.
Come on, say goodbye. Wish everyone a wonderful week.
Have a great week, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Have a great week, everybody. Adios.
Adios. You were listening to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. Please rate, review and subscribe if you like what we do. And don't forget to check out our website, casakisi.com, for all our accommodation offers. We'll see you next time.